Good morning, YouTube. PPS back here. It is the 27th of August. It is college football week 0 this week, starting today up with some college football. I don't have a college football play for you guys. I have two MLB spots for you. But before we get into it, if you could smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure you know when we go live by hitting that notification bell there. And yeah, so we'll go into yesterday's action. Justin Steele got us there and got hurt. Still got us there. Austin Riley has walked 3 times and a line out. So he's 0 for 2 with an over 100-mile-an-hour line out and 3 walks. So yeah, we're going to go away from those today. I kind of have a sour taste in my mouth because I know it was the right read. Everything was there. I'm pretty sure every single other guy in that lineup got a hit but him. So frustrating to say the least, but we're going into today. I got 2 spots for you guys that I do really like. Staying away from props. We're going with just totals here. Let's get started. First one's going to be the Astros. First 5 under 4.5. This is on DraftKings at -115. We have Jose Urquidy and Dean Kramer. Kramer, we'll go into first because I've talked about Urquidy on the show quite often, but Kramer hasn't been terrible. He's been formidable so far this season. A 3.72 ERA on the road, 3.16 at home. Not a real big difference there. A little bit more slugging allowed away, but not anything we're too concerned about. Only 4 home runs allowed on the road, only 3 at home. So that's encouraging that we're only seeing 7 home runs this year. The slugging percentage is a little bit concerning at 450 on the road, but the Astros obviously just got absolutely wiped out last night by Kyle Bradish, who's not very good. I think he had like a 5-something ERA going into last night's game. Kramer has been throwing much better, right? He's been very, very good for these guys. He's been one of those guys who took that big step forward this year. So far in the second half of the season, he's got a 4.5 ERA. Very formidable. He's an average guy, gets the job done. And I do like this first 5 too because the first 2 times through the order, Kramer is fantastic. 2.79 first time through the order, 2.2 second time through the order. So the 2 times that we really care about are those first 2 times for our first 5, right? So if Kramer's able to continue his dominance early in the game, obviously 7.3 in the third time through. So hopefully we have a clean couple innings and we don't have to worry about it too much. But Kramer's been great. I mean, everything that we want to see, he is doing. Very low walk rate, 4.5 Ks per walk. Obviously, that's not like Burns numbers there, but for a guy who doesn't strike out that many guys, only a 19% K rate, I think that's pretty impressive with the 4.5 there. So that's one side of it. Urquidy's the other side. Urquidy's been great. 2.5 ERA second half of the season, 190 batting average in that time. Obviously, I talked about him. He's fantastic at home. 217 batting average allowed. He's been very, very, very good second half of the season. And in the month of August alone, 26 innings pitched, only 8 earned, and 4 of those runs earned were in 4 of those runs were given up by the homer. 5 of those runs were in one game. So he's allowed 3 runs in the other 21 2/3 innings. He's played against pretty decent teams too, right? Atlanta, Boston, Chicago White Sox, right? I mean, pretty good teams he's been throwing well against. His stuff looks great. He's getting better as the season goes on here. And like I said, 2.5 second half of the season. I like backing him at home. He's got pretty good stuff there. And obviously only a 3.95 xFIP is pretty impressive in your home start. So love Urquidy today. I think Kramer does enough to get it done. I think it's just a little bit too high. All right, guys. On to number 2. This is a play I dropped on Flash's boardroom last night. I dropped it over there. I was the only baseball guy there, a lot of soccer. So I know I'm assuming a lot of you guys didn't watch just because it was mostly soccer. But without further ado, I'll get you to my last play. Kind of going to be a lot. If you did watch, it's going to be a lot of the same stuff I talked about. Race first 5 money line -120. I think you can see this at -125 or so on DraftKings right now. But when I dropped this last night, this is where we were at here. I really like the spot for the Rays. And one of them is one of the reasons is because Rich Hill is just an absolute dump, right? 7.5 ERA in the second half of the season. That covers 12 innings. In that, he's given up 3 homers in 12 innings. He's given up 8 extra base hits in 12 innings. And that it's just not working, right? 640 slugging percentage. He's really, really, really bad against right-handed hitting, right? 496 slugging, 10 homers allowed in 68 innings so far this year, and he's got a 6.8 ERA at home. At home this year in 30 innings, he's given up 7 home runs. His strikeouts only 25 in 30 innings. He's got a 313 batting average allowed. The Rays are healthy now. They're coming at you, right? Randy Arozarena, you got Harold Ramirez versus the lefty. I'm sure he's going to be extremely popular today. Yandy Diaz, what did he do? 4 for 4 last night. Obviously, he's playing in fantasy this week, so he's going to go off tonight. So he's been great. Going to Jeffrey Springs. He's been great on the road. 224 batting average allowed. 268 ERA. Second half of the season, a 2.3 ERA. Boston and Tampa are top 10 in hitting against lefties, so obviously that's good for the Rays side. Hopefully Springs, with the advantages that he has, that wicked changeup, should be able to induce a little bit more soft contact than Rich Hill will be able to. But just looking at it a little bit more, the Rays are top 10 in first 5 money lines this year. I think they're number 8. And then if you go into the Red Sox, they are bottom, right? They're not good in the first 5 at all, right? Their offense has been struggling here. I think we see a nice little bounce back here again, because the Rays, I believe, lost 9-8 last night, but they scored 8 runs. I don't think Springs is going to get hit around like that, because that was obviously not what we were expecting. The Rays this year are 58-43 in 22 ties to the first 5 this year. Boston 46-48 with 30 ties. So at home this year, they're 23-24, and the Rays are 26-24. So on the road this year. So I think that we see the Rays come through. I think the Rays get a hold of Rich Hill. I don't think Rich Hill lasts very long in this game, but even if he does, I think he gives up at least 3 runs here, and we come through with the Rays here. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I might have a play tomorrow. We'll see. Make sure you guys are following me over on Twitter to find out, and we will check you guys out on Sunday. If you guys are interested in joining that DraftKings Pass the Prop League, make sure you shoot me a DM. I will shoot you that link. Otherwise, I'll release it on Pass the Prop on Monday. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day, and we will talk tomorrow or Monday. So have a good one, guys. Best of luck on your bets.